Justin, if people don't want their large language models to be training future models, let's show them where they go to turn that off on Claude, ChatGPT, and Copilot. Google's a little bit more complicated, so we'll address that later.
All right. And so what I'm going to do here, I'll pull up the screen and you should be seeing Claude at this time. So here I
Yep.
am at the main screen in Claude. Pretty much what I do here, you're going to see it varies only a little bit. It's going to be about the same process in each one. So we're going to go to our toolbar down to our settings and profile. We're going to open settings. You're going to go to privacy. And then you're going to see here, help improve Claude. Allow the use of your chats and coding sessions to train and improve Anthropic AI models. You can learn more by clicking on the hyperlink, but you notice mine is off.
Mm-hmm.
Location metadata I've also turned off. Now, memory preferences, you can always manage that later. And just as a review of that for anybody who's not familiar, improving Claude is how your interactions, your searches, your work improves the next model. Think of it like someone really likes how the 2019 Chevrolet Silverado looks, but they're not a big fan of the 2020. Well, things carry into new models. So just like a car model improves over time, they want to improve these models to make them more effective and efficient. Memory is different. Memory is instead of having to restart context in each of your conversations, memory pulls from all of them. So think of it as though Martin and I are having a conversation. Instead of I having to give Martin a context every single time I talk to him, which could be taxing depending on my personality, memory allows, oh, okay, I remember last week, Justin, you were talking about this. So I see how that ties into. So that allows memory. So just a review on the difference between those two. So that again is Claude. Again, settings, privacy. You're going to see it at the bottom.
Justin, go ahead and take a second and turn it on and off so they can see how it looks. See how it looks? That's on, that's off. And they're all very similar to this. All right, let's go to the next one.
So ChatGPT, you're going to see here, very similar. We're on our main page. Again, I'm going to click on settings, go to the settings cog, data controls, improve the model for everyone. It's going to bring up a pop-up on, off, include your audio recordings, include your video recordings, include any of your chats or work. So if I turn one off, it turns them all off. Click done. There we go. Now again, personalization. If you want to come down here and have memory, you can reference save memories, reference chat history, and reference record mode if you have recordings of you doing work.
And this is
It's,
the valuable piece because it's getting to know you
mhm.
and what we teach in our training.
So once again, in ChatGPT, data controls improve the model, personalization allows you to control memory.
Excellent. Now let's go to the third Copilot.
All right, Microsoft Copilot, again, user interface, same thing down here, same exact location. We go, we open up. This is a little different because memory has its own tab. And so you see, you can reference memory here. If I go back to settings and I go to settings, then of course you go to privacy. And so it's a little different here. Privacy, again, on, off, training on conversation activity, training on voice conversations, safe browsing data from task. And then you can manage, again, that takes you back to personalization and memory, which we looked at there. Now you're going to see that each one has its own kind of way to get around to it, but pretty much any of the tools that you're going to working with, when you're looking at training data, it's either going to be in data or a privacy tab.
Mm-hmm.
Memory is almost always going to be in a personalization or preferences tab. Now, Martin referenced Google earlier. Google is much more involved to get there. But again, Google even is going to be in a data tab when you're looking at activity, chat activity, things like that. So pretty much always it's going to be data or privacy, and memory is almost always going to be in preferences or personalization.
And this is part of our training and also how we teach, Justin, people to use it responsibly and safely at work so they don't get in trouble. One of the pieces is let's just not make it easy to train future versions.
That's right.
This is Martin Brossman
And Dr. Justin Rose.